welcome to a meta check here in security check.
Yeah.
But this is more like
ramble check.
Yeah, this is not
a typical meta check.
Yeah, we're not talking about the card game meta that has just gone and what is coming, but we are talking about both of our card game backgrounds, histories,
the journey
here. Why are we here in Digimon?
Yeah, that's a great question. We will be having the regular meta check podcast episode about the metas of past and future when the BT13 hits around. We didn't think that the EX set is so much to talk about because it's more like BT12 plus than the new set.
Indeed. It does bring new stuff, but I'm not sure how impactful the new stuff.
Yeah, Omnimon Turbo is just one deck that won't probably be tier 1 and Shine Greymon won't probably be tier 1 yet, so we will see. Blue Flare will have some good support, but yeah, we will talk that about
those things later.
Yeah, so make sure to come back and check the next videos.
Yes, do please like and subscribe. Do that all that good shit.
Check out the Blockhouse game down.
Link.
Blockhouse game link down in the description. Yeah.
we are gearing towards the 500 subscribers, so do keep subscribing.
When we hit the 500 subscriber, we will have the giveaway for BT13 box.
Probably BT13.
Yeah.
Because it's the newest set, and we hope we get that around 50 subscribers before we are hitting like RB01 or BT14.
Yeah, but we will be giving away the newest set when we hit
the 500.
One box of the newest set, not the whole set. Yeah.
That will be expensive.
Yeah, but yeah. Today we will be talking about our histories in the world of card games. Yes. Fata is much more.
I'm a veteran.
Yeah, I'm a rookie. The Digimon card game is the first game I played like seriously, and the only game I've been playing as an adult. Well, I played Duel Masters here and there as an adult also, but more in my childhood.
Yeah, I think many of around our like age group, we do have difference in age, but we are pretty much the same.
90s kids.
Yeah, so most of us have like some sort of like we have played or collected Pokemon or something like at least somewhat, and then some of us have like played Duel Masters and. I never actually played Duel Masters before like a couple of. It has been like 2 or 3 years when I got like a random deck from my friends to play with. So that's my Duel Masters experience. I have like collected / played Pokemon with Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I had any other like card games that I played when I was like a kid.
Yeah, I played Duel Masters. I really knew how to play and don't know if I was good in it, but I still played it with my friends in school and after school in like when I was 10 years old or something. In the 2004 and 2006 years when Duel Masters was a thing in English. It's still a thing in Japan.
Yeah. It has been dead in the West for a long time now.
Yeah, it ended like in 2006. It's the 2 years which Digimon just has
passed already.
Yeah, and that's good.
Yeah, I guess like it was pretty, or it's pretty commonplace for card games to like die out in a couple of years.
Yeah,
if they don't like hit big.
Yeah.
So, do we go through your shorter history and then I can monologue away?
Yeah, I can try to interact with you
Yeah.
a few times. Yeah, but yeah, when I was in grade school, like in 2004 and to 2007 or 2008, we played with Duel Masters. It ended in 2006, but yeah, we still got it in our little shops and kiosks.
Yeah. It doesn't die out like straight to a wall.
Yeah, it just faded away, and then you didn't get to have product anymore, and you couldn't find it anywhere. And when the last set hit the store shelf, I really got into it. Then, and of course,
Feels bad.
Yeah, and I remember when I wanted to pull the two-colored double evolution green and yellow card. It's some avatar thing, and I was hoping to pull it from the one weekly booster I was allowed to get, and never got it. And now
now we can buy a little bit more boosters than one a week.
yeah, but now it's too expensive for me to get for a random card game that nobody plays anymore.
Yeah.
But I've actually got to buy a few Duel Masters cards, like in a few weeks now. Thanks for Riku and one guy from Tori.fi. I found a few cards for cheap and I bought them, and I'm super happy. Now I'm trying to build some decks for me and my brother to play, but they're kind of jank. But yeah, I was super into
the jank decks are the best.
Yeah, that's true.
Because they make at least if the jank decks are pretty like same level.
Yeah.
Then they just become like good games.
Yeah, that's true. When I was playing, when I was young, when I was a kid, I had Bombazar, the Dragon of Destiny, and
that dragon sucks.
And it's a super overpowered card, and I think it's banned in every format nowadays in Japan. And yeah, I had one copy of it, and I had my pretty good dragon deck, and my brother just got so fed up with it that he put the deck together that has only one mana creatures and just turboed me down.
That's a tactic.
Yeah, but I've been really enjoying Duel Masters always, and there comes times that I want to get more cards and play it, but it's so expensive nowadays. Yeah. Then the other game that I played when I was young, I played the Pokemon TCG, and I really played it, just not just collected it. And I still have somewhat big collection at my parents, and nice. I've been selling some more expensive cards to
fuel your Digimon needs.
Yeah, I had one random Charizard from like 2007, and I sold it like 50 euros, and it wasn't that good condition, but that's what Card Market said it was. So
and you sell it, so
I sold it. So yeah. Then I had one random shiny Milotic from 2009 or 2011, and it was like 30 euros, and I was like, why?
It's probably some of those cards, even if they're not good. I don't know if these cards were actually good. It's just the age.
Yeah.
The age just gives them value because the collectors are like, we need these cards.
Yeah, if you don't have it in your binder.
Yeah. So as the more age the game has, the more like valuable the like early cards become. Yeah. So
I played Pokemon from like the generation 3 to generation 4, and then I stopped playing that for some reason and never came back to it. Sometimes nowadays I check out the Pokemon meta and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool, and think, should I buy some deck? Then I check the prices and I'm like, no, that's too expensive for a game I don't play.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And then we had the original Digimon card game, Digimon trading card game cards, and that I didn't know how to play, but I still have a bunch, and they.
Those are pretty loved also by some people.
I never loved them so much. I just opened them because they were boosters, and it's so fun to open boosters.
Yeah. So then you had a bigger like pause in your game.
Yeah. It was like when I went to 7th grade. We still played Duel Masters with my brother, and then it faded away. And again in 2016 we played Duel Masters a few times, and
for the nostalgia.
Yeah, it was when Pokemon Go came out, and my brother wanted me to play it with him, and I wanted to play Duel Masters with him. So we played Duel Masters, and then we went to play Pokemon Go, and we lived in the middle of forests. And back in 2016, it was kinda a bad place to play Pokemon Go.
I can imagine.
Yeah, and it was like my brother wanted to play Pokemon Go. I wasn't so sure because I just had my driver's license, and the people were crazy over Pokemons. Yeah. And I was like, what is this?
It was a phenom.
Yeah, but then I started playing and still play today, and my brother stopped like after half a year, and it's always like that.
Nothing new under the sun.
Yeah, I'm really good at investing in things.
Yeah.
And never stopping.
We have seen that in Digimon.
Yeah. And then
your Digimon playing just was supposed to be like starter in a box.
Yeah. After high school, I just binge watched all the Digimon series. It was like in 2017 or 2018, and I watched the first 5 seasons. Never watched Cross Wars or Appmon, and still haven't watched them. And I was super nostalgic to Digimon. Then a few years later, I heard that the OG Adventure is gonna get a reboot, and then I started watching it. The first 3 episodes launched, or 2 episodes launched weekly. And then there was a few months gap for some reason. Maybe the pandemic.
Probably, yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. But I watched them from YouTube because I didn't know where to find them. And then, when you watch something from YouTube, you got thousands of recommendations.
Yeah. Your feed is polluted after that if you like watch something you don't actually want more.
Yeah,
but you need to do like 2-month cleansing of the feed.
Yeah, but then that YouTube recommended the card protagonists some Digimon card game videos for me, and I was like, what is this? Did not understand the rules or anything, just watched it because it was a Digimon.
Yeah.
And I was so hyped. It looked so fun, and it was around 2020. So the Digimon card game was going to be released here also.
Yeah.
In the later 2020.
Yeah.
And then it got to the point that you can pre-order your boxes, and I ordered one in like May and got it maybe just the start of the summer, so it was a few months to wait when the stuff really came.
Yeah, it was first like harder to get the Digimon product here in Finland.
So. Yeah, and I got the Gaia Red starter deck, and my brother got the Cocoidus Blue starter deck, and then I got the 1.0 box also, and I was like, this is all I need.
Yeah, right.
Like maybe 50 boxes later, I'm like, yeah, I need more. And then I started playing with my brother. I've been talking about this in past videos, but and in few posts I've been posting on Instagram.
Yeah.
But we played like hours and hours and hours every night with my brother, just with the starter decks, and later with the one box. And we were too lazy to read the rules, so every time there was something we didn't understand, it was always Google and try to get the answer. It wasn't so easy at the start, but later.
Yeah, and Digimon had some like rulings that were not like
common sense.
Immediately, like you know how it works.
Yeah.
Like the fact that can a Digimon attack if it comes out from raising?
Yeah.
At the same, like can Digimon that comes out of raising attack on the turn if it comes out?
Yeah.
That was not like immediately like said anywhere.
Yeah, and especially if you had multiple mimes out, how does that work?
Yeah.
And yeah, but we played so much. Then I got the 1.5 box. My brother didn't get it, but I got it, and he still beat me with his starter deck, a little bit improved starter deck. And then came out the BT4, and that was when I really started playing competitively. And I just pulled from some random starter deck the 3-layer starter deck, the green, black, and purple. I pulled the Wargreymon, the yellow one, and then when we opened our BT4 boxes, I pulled a normal Wargreymon and the Alt-Art, so I had 3 Wargreymon, and it was the best deck in the format. And then my brother got the 2 green starter decks, and it was the other best deck in the format.
We have a history check for that matchup. Actually.
Yeah, that's true, and that's why there is the history check, because it was my.
It's your history.
Yeah, it's my history literally, and we played that since the BT5 came out. I changed to Lord Nightmon, and he changed nothing that much. Added some weak mons to his deck. And yeah, and in BT4, it was in the release weekend of the BT5, or release week in the BT5, that we had our first ever Digimon tournament in Finland. It was in Helsinki, in Arcade Bar, and I went there. There were like almost 30 people, and I came 4th.
Nice.
Or 3rd, I'm not quite sure. But in top 4 I was, and of course I lost to the Hercules Capitärman.
Of course. Makes sense.
Yeah, the one deck I played thousands of times against, and that was the one I lost to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I started to attempting almost every tournament that we have had in Finland.
Yeah, you have been part of those pretty much.
Yeah, and yeah, it's been super funny, and I've really been enjoying Digimon. And I got my brother to come to one tournament once with me. It's one he was fading away from the game. It was in the start of BT6. I played Gabu Bond and he played Ancient Troymon. It was.
I'm not sure if anyone has ever said I played Ancient Troymon in a tournament.
Yeah, there were like 30 people, and I was 14th and he was 15th. But it was last night we were playing, and I was playing Gabu Bond and he was playing his Ancient Troymon, and I was like, if you're playing against this deck, you can just hard slam the Ancient Troymon, because then Gabu Bond can do nothing. Because when it unsuspends, it suspends.
Dun.
And then on the last round, 5th round, he played against Gabu Bond. And he said that he didn't even remember my advice, but he had nothing to do, so he hard slammed the Ancient Troymon for 13 and won the game. Because Gabu Bond could not do anything.
Oh my god.
Oh, it was so funny.
Those were the times.
Yeah, I'm craving those times to come back, but I know they never will.
Yeah.
But I'm missing the excitement which you get from the start of something new.
Indeed. And when the game is usually the games are like a tad bit slower.
Yeah.
And you actually get to like play these longer, grindier games where both are doing things and
when you know what is the meta, you are playing against the meta and you are playing against Melga 4,000 times. That gets exhausting. But when you're playing with your friends or with your brother with some jank decks, it's so super fun.
Yeah.
If you don't know what you're doing.
It's like the more knowledge you have, the more like it gets harder in a sense.
Yeah.
Sometimes ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, that's true. But I really do enjoy playing competitive Digimon.
Yeah.
And most of the people are just arguing about something and whining about something. I'm like, yeah, I really like Digimon.
I just enjoy the game.
Yeah, Melga was a pain in my ass, but that was just the choice to play Armor Rush. Could play Melga also, but I did not play. But you have much more experience with card games than me.
Yeah, I have. Well, I don't have that much on the like, as we talked about the kid when I was a kid or younger. I played here and there something, but like most of my like Pokemon card game experiences from the Pokemon trading card Game Boy game actually, which was fun. But yeah, but I started playing the card games more around the time when I was going to, well, I'm not sure how do it's like high school or gymnasium, how do you say it? It's not, well, before college basically.
Yeah.
Or something around that. I don't know how the school systems go in like other, yeah. I didn't go to vocational school, but the same thing, but like, but only for like, basically the continuation to high school or something. But yeah, I started playing around that time. I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh. It has been now 16, 17 years ago or something. I started Yu-Gi-Oh because I remembered watching the Yu-Gi-Oh GX anime.
Yeah.
Like it came in Finnish TV, I think, and then I searched it to actually watch it again, and
so you basically had the same thing that I had with Digimon.
Somewhat, yeah. And I was like, it looks fun. So I found the game, and I got like some starter deck or two, something like that. I did play with my brother for a moment, but he faded out really fast.
Oh, that's a trend then.
Yeah. And then I actually won my first tournament where I took my first like real deck, the Gravekeeper deck. I won the tournament. That was pretty cool. It was just a local tournament, nothing big, but we had a local here in Turku. We were like every week, and then there was like tournament like the last week of every month or something like that. I played Yu-Gi-Oh for like 10 years or something, almost.
It's a long time.
Yeah, I was never like a big meta deck player in Yu-Gi-Oh. Well, I'm not that big meta deck player in Digimon either, but yeah, I do play the meta decks, but I usually don't enjoy many of them, so I usually just go to things I like to play.
Yeah.
But in Yu-Gi-Oh, I was pretty vocal about my dislike of like meta decks. I played stuff like
you've been pretty vocal with Digimon's meta decks also.
Yeah, but I in Yu-Gi-Oh I basically just refuse to play meta decks anytime. Closest to meta I got was when I've always played a deck called Gravekeepers.
Yep.
It's my favorite deck of all time, probably in Yu-Gi-Oh, and it became like the top meta deck at some point. because they got so good like new support cards.
Yeah.
It became the best deck in the game. But then I did get some expensive cards for it, and then I didn't even play the deck at nationals. I just took some random like plant synchro deck thing to the nationals. I was like 16th or something. I think I'm not sure, something like
How many
that.
players there was?
I think the Finnish nationals in Yu-Gi-Oh have something around 40 to 80 players.
Yeah, so it's...
I think 40 to 60 is probably the like...
Yeah.
Which feels like right. It's pretty big for Finnish standards if we are not talking about like MTG.
Yeah. But Finnish card game scenes are much smaller than you can imagine there is in USA or in
like Germany, France,
or England or something.
Because it's like even for us like that we got a 60-person Digimon like nationals. So it's a big deal here because those are actually humongous tournaments in Finnish standards.
Yeah, in normal tournaments there is like 20 to 30 people.
Yeah, and those
even
are
the big ones.
Yeah, those are the big ones normally. Yeah. But yeah, I played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! It was a fun game. It evolved a lot during even my time, and at the end times of my playing the Yu-Gi-Oh! I was getting a little bit jaded by it because it was changing so much. It was not the same game anymore. These days it definitely isn't the same game I started with at some point.
When did you stop playing Yu-Gi-Oh?
It's been like I think 5 to 6 years now.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7. I'm not sure about the timeline. I kind of like stopped playing, then I played a little bit here and there, but then I just realized the game is not for me anymore.
But there was a gap between Yu-Gi-Oh! And Digimon for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, yes.
Because many people just nowadays change from Yu-Gi-Oh! To Digimon.
Yeah, and I did play other games apart for Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Was my main game all the time, but I did play Naruto collectible card game CCG at some point when it came out, and we had like 1 or 2 really like people who were really into the game, and I was like, oh, okay, it looks fun, and I was getting cards, and I think I own like at least over 50% of the Turkus all Naruto cards these days or something, I guess. It's a fun game, but we really never had like any big player base here in Finland, so it was basically I was playing here in Turku, and that was almost it. Yeah, it's a fun game, but maybe I make you play it someday.
We will have a random Monday then.
It will be pretty random. Then I actually moved to Tampere at some point to study, and I still played like Yu-Gi-Oh! Pretty actively then. But then also the Card Fight Vanguard came out, and I also played that. That game actually sucks. I did play it, but it actually sucks when you actually like realize that game is all about like how big is my attack? Is my attack 5, 10, 15 over, and how many criticals do I have?
Yeah.
It's basically only like numbers.
Yeah.
The game doesn't have, in my opinion, it doesn't have that much like tactical depth in like a long run. It's just numbers.
I really don't know. My only experience with Vanguard is from Card Protagonist videos. I watch few and I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah, and that game only has like creatures, so you don't have any like spells or like you have these trigger effects that come from like security effect like things, but like you don't have actual like spells or anything. You have only creatures that have effects.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
kinda.
It is kind of interesting, but then I need to consult my notes because I realized I forgot something from my notes. I'm not completely sure when I started playing Weiss-Schwarz. Also, I have a couple of decks, but I never played that like so hardcore. It was just like, oh, there are a couple of nice IPs there, because Weiswart is a collection of like different animes and like other. It's the card game that just collects stuff. It's like
there are Marvel things also.
Yeah, they have Marvel.
I've seen
Marvel. I think they have like something like Star Wars, or I'm not sure if it's Star Wars, but
I've seen some YouTubers opening some Marvel sets because I'm pretty into Marvel also, but
yeah, it's a strange game because you basically like some IP and you want to make a deck out of it, but it's so hard to trade for stuff because the cards are only for the actual like the actual IP basically. I think you can mix and match them, but basically they don't do much when you mix them. So then you want to trade cards from the IP that probably the guy who would have the cards also wants the same cards. If both of you don't do exactly the different like colored decks in the same IP or something. So it's a strange game. It has some neat like mechanics, but it's not that good of a game in my opinion.
It's a unique way to play the game, to have the multiple different IPs.
Yeah, the arts were pretty bad at least at some point, because it felt like at least with some IPs, they felt like anime screenshots or something. It was pretty ugh. Then I think I'm getting to the part where I was like going out of like Yu-Gi-Oh! Pretty much, and I was like, as a whole, I was like not stopping, but I was playing less and less card games. Then I found the Legend of the Five Rings living card game that was coming out from Fantasy Flight Games.
Ain't that the game when the EX1 dropped? I bought the Machine Dramon from you, and you were buying deck boxes from some random game I didn't know.
I think so. Yeah, because I was making like decks for every color faction in the game. So I still have those decks. I haven't played a single game with them, I think, but I do have them. That was a game I really went into because I love the fact that you actually get all the cards when you buy the like expansions, because it's a living card game. The point is you get like the maximum copies of every card when you buy the expansions. For those who know that game, Phoenix was my clan that I really like to play, and then Lion was the second one, I think. But from Legend of the Five Rings, there's my only actual tournament abroad. We went to the European Championships in Poland with my friend, and I did actually pretty well. It was a strange tournament format because it was like you had 3 days. You have 1 day, 6 rounds, and then I think it's top 8 went to the top cut. Then you have a second day, which was again 6 rounds, and top 8 gets to the top cut. So you got 2 days that had the top 8 that fed to like third day that was top 16.
But so you could play on both days?
Yes. I played both days. I went 4-2 and 3-3, which was way better than I actually expected, because I only had basically like 2 persons to play against, and I don't like playing in the tabletop simulator or any other kind of like
come on or something.
Or any kind of like machine. I don't know, how do you say it when you play on like some online platform? Simulators, maybe. I don't really enjoy playing those, because for me, like, the most important part of the card games is the fact that you see your opponent and you can interact with your opponent. So when you play in like simulators or stuff, it like kills the whole mood for me. I don't really feel like clicking. I can play Hearthstone because the point of playing Hearthstone is like you just click away. But like if I have
that ain't a physical card game.
But if I have a physical card game, I want to play the physical version.
I understand.
But I did pretty good, and I also at this time I was playing Keyforge. Because it was the Fantasy Flight Games game, and I took part in like Keyforge sealed event there in the European Championships too. It was fun. Keyforge is probably one of the best sealed games ever because you actually get a whole ass deck that is randomized. So you're like, and you have like 3 deck. No, you get 2 or 3 decks, and you choose one of them to use in the tournament.
Oh.
It's pretty fun. And Keyforge is a fun game, but it's not. It's not dead at this point. And I think some other company relaunched it, but I don't know.
I really don't know.
Yeah, but Legend of the Five Rings basically died because of COVID, and I don't know. It was so story driven because it had the game basically had a story behind it, or like there was a story, written stories and stuff like that actually like made some different kind of cards because the story branched in different kinds of ways.
Yeah,
and there were actually something like you could the players could make choices based on like tournament results, what would happen in the story and stuff like that. It was a cool idea, but it didn't last.
Yeah.
Then when Legend of the Five Rings died out, I think I had a small time when I really didn't play that much stuff.
Yeah.
I guess we started playing Arkham Horror at some point with my friend. Arkham Horror is a co-op card game, but you do build decks and stuff, so it qualifies here, I think.
Yeah.
It's a fun little card game. It's also a living card game, so you get all the cards, and so you don't have to buy boosters. I kind of loathe buying boosters, although the opening of them is fun, but it's still pretty...
It's expensive.
It's expensive.
Buying singles is so much more wise, but I also...
But we only have 2 brain cells and we're not wise, so...
yeah. And I really like opening boosters also.
Yeah. And I think I have told this before here in the channel at some point. I got to play Digimon one summer at our friend's cottage when
2021?
Yeah, I think so. When they had the yellow starter deck and the green starter deck.
Yeah.
I played both sides. It sucks for the yellow side because you lose. You just lose. You cannot win. Or, well, maybe you can win, but basically it's almost impossible.
Yeah, but basically it's also that the yellow and the green are for different formats, because the yellow launched with 1.0 in Japan, or BT1 with Japan, or even before BT1, and the started at 5, 6, and 7 came out with BT4.
Yeah.
So
indeed. So I really enjoyed the game mechanics.
Yeah.
Then I was like browsing through their binder that what kind of cards there are in the game. I saw the original Mastemon in the binder, and I kind of like loved the idea of playing this like double colored card.
It was the double color then.
Yeah. And I was like, oh yeah, you get to trash your opponent's security, and then you get to play something from the grave, and it sounded fun.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, I went to home. I started browsing through the cards that the game have. I found Lilithmon, and I was like, oh no, here we go.
Here we go.
And then I started playing, basically.
Yeah.
I don't remember what I bought first. I think the purple starter. Purple starter and some box, 1.0 or 1.5. I guess 1.5.
1.5?
Probably.
Because when we started playing, you had the purple starter deck, and then you already have bought the 1.0, but you told me that you bought it second because you couldn't find it anywhere.
Yeah.
And you bought it from eBay or something.
I can't remember anymore at this point, to be honest.
That's my...
Or I could have bought it maybe from the Netherlands Gamers Paradise, maybe? I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter, to be honest.
I'm pretty sure that you couldn't get it before like Christmas again.
Something like that.
From Finland.
Yeah, because it was pretty hard to get like full boxes, at least good boxes in Finland.
Yeah.
At that point. Then we started playing around in the
BT4, 5
yeah.
era. It was
just us two there.
It's fall 2021. We were playing every Tuesday.
Yeah. And it was fun, but
yeah.
it gets boring when you play only with this like same person, and especially I didn't have like many decks because I only had the one at that point.
You had the Tyrannomon deck.
Oh.
In some point in the later part of 2021, and then you had your purple stuff.
Yeah, purple stuff indeed. It morphed towards Lilith Loop little by little at that point.
Then the lockdown hit us in December something like that, and it went away in
the
February.
Yeah, around that time, yeah.
And then when we came back, there was more people,
more players. It was really, and we had like 12 to 14 people local tournaments at our best points.
Yeah, at the time.
Yeah, that was pretty good. It was really strange for me because I was so used to like small local communities, because I think except for like Magic the Gathering, Turku never had like big communities in their games. So I was so used to like 5-person communities or something like that. So, and then, well, I started playing Digimon more and more, and then for some reason I started playing Final Fantasy again. I think it was last year. Yeah, I think last year around this time, or more like a month or two before, like the start around the February, March of 2022. I had played Final Fantasy before. I had cards and like decks for it, but then for some reason I decided to go to like local tournament to play. I really don't know why I started playing the game again. I don't know if I found like for some reason I found some new card, or I was still like following the new spoilers or something, and I saw some cool card and I wanted to like play it or something. So I started playing Final Fantasy more actively again, and now I'm deep in that too for some reason. I've been tearing down the local tournaments.
Yeah.
I'm for those who know the game, I play like my main deck is Morses Soire, which is like one of the top tier decks from the last like 2 years. Yeah. So
I know nothing about it.
Yeah, it came out. The deck came out like last year at some point, I think, like last summer or something. Yeah. And it has been good after that for the whole time, and it's still one of the best decks in my opinion. And so that was not so short introduction to my card game history. Did I forget something? I don't think so. I've had like cards from like some random games. I had this time when I was like buying this, like at some point you could get like really cheap boosters and starters for some games in like from like Fantasiapelit or something, when they were like just emptying their wares.
Inventory.
Yeah. So I got something like, I'm not sure if this came from Fantasiapelit, but I got some random like Full Metal Alchemist cards at some point. I still have them, I think. Oh, and I have like just a couple of cards for what is the game called? It was Hundik? Maybe?
I really don't know.
I'm not sure anymore. Something like that, I think. Yeah. But I do have like random cards for many games, and I enjoy the card games, but like boosters are so taxing for your... even if you only like buy singles, at some point it becomes expensive, and you always have the expensive cards in the games. Yeah. I would really like to build like one or two one-piece decks just to have them, but like I think they would get old so fast, the decks.
Yeah, the game is so
I
new.
I think especially with the Bandai's games, I think the decks get old super fast in these games. So
I'd like to try the Battle Spirit Saga, but I really don't have any money or time to play another card game. I'm super invested in Digimon. I have like almost every card in the game and most of the alt arts. And I have 16 decks now built.
Here in the table, I can see them.
Yeah. And of course we have this channel which is just Digimon.
Yeah, takes time.
Yeah, and I really can't see myself playing another card game along with Digimon. At least, well, I could play some random games with friend with his or her deck, but I really do not have motivation for another game.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm pretty stretched thin with like Digimon and Final Fantasy at the moment.
Yeah.
So I do enjoy like looking at new card games and stuff, but I still don't enjoy the booster side. I like opening boosters, but like boosters and singles really tax your economy at some point. So if you don't have like bottomless wallet, you really can't play that many card games.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
Super hard.
Yeah, and I'm super competitive person. So if I started playing like
you don't know what is casual playing.
Yeah, if I started playing like Battle Spirit Saga or something else, I'd need to go for the deep end for myself, and then that's it. I have no more money, no more place to sleep, or too much cards everywhere.
I need to go back a little bit to our Finnish Digimon nationals.
Yep.
Because I did win that.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm the first Finnish national champion in Digimon, and still reigning national champion actually at this point when we're recording. It was a pretty. I probably remember that day for the rest of my life.
It was super good day.
Yeah.
Oh well, when you when I saw you are going to tops, I was like, oh, that's great, because I was super comfortable with my deck of choice. I played Armor Rush, and I had been playing it since its release, and I was super good with it. It was fully blinked. It was for me it was the perfect deck, but then I just didn't play as good as I was hoping for,
and the meta was not good for the deck anymore.
Yeah. And somehow I played the only yellow hybrids in the tournament, and Sunrise Buster kills your game.
Yeah.
And
I think I actually played against one Armor in the Swiss rounds too.
yeah, we did not have the restrictions.
Yeah, there was no restrictions and there was no EX3.
Yeah, so that's why I saw so many Sunrise Busters.
Yeah. Yeah, but the point here was like, I had been having like good-ish results in like in Digimon already, but also in like, I have this one really ridiculous. I was like 11th or something in Yu-Gi-Oh! Nationals at 1 year with this super random. Well, it was not random, but it was not meta deck at all. I was
super rogue.
Yeah, super rogue is a good term. I played like Cloudian Trap Tricks deck, which doesn't say anything to you and most of the listeners either. But it was a super random deck. But I never topped like any nationals in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
And I did win one bigger tournament in Yu-Gi-Oh! But my goal was always to top the nationals with some of my rogue decks, but I never got that far actually. So that the fact that I even topped our nationals in Digimon was already like awesome.
Yeah.
And then I actually won the whole thing, and one of the players that we have in Digimon from Helsinki, I think, who also had played like Yu-Gi-Oh! At the same time as I was playing, he came to congratulate me that it was a long time coming or something, and I was like, it was like 15 years in the making.
And it was super funny to see your progress during our time in Digimon, because first when we went to Tampere to BTA tournament, the tournament that I won with Armor Rush, you were like you just bubbled out from top 8. You were 9th.
Or I was
10th.
I was 9th, 10th, or somewhere. I went 3-2, and I was like one win basically off the top.
Yeah.
I started 3-0, and then I lost like 2 rounds or something.
And then the next one in Tampere, when Jarno won, I came 3rd and you came 4th.
Yeah, true.
And then the next one was the nationals, and and then you just swept with Grandis.
Yeah, I played Grandis in the last tournament too. There, where I was 4th.
The BT9.
I lost to the same Commandramon deck twice because I drew like shit 4 games in a row against it. I was like,
not that good shit.
Yeah, not that good shit. It was ridiculous because it was 4 games. We didn't have a mulligan yet.
Yeah.
But like 4 games of utter bullshit, drawing bullshit against the same deck.
Which is Rookie Rush.
Yeah.
With security control options.
Yeah. It felt so bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was supposed to take Digimon pretty casually, but well, shit happened.
Yeah, you can blame me. And Jarno.
But I'm probably more on the casual side from us. And I don't need to play the best decks. I try to play like what I want. I do. If I make the choice to go to a bigger tournament, I usually take some better deck that I feel like can win games or like can do good, but I don't really need to play the best deck.
Yeah.
So, but
I'm more into meta and more competitive of us. But I'm also sometimes just playing some rogue decks.
Yeah, Armor was your rogue.
Yeah. And oh hell, it was so expensive to bling out.
But that was our card game history and a little ramble about more recent Digimon stuff.
Yeah. Have you ever played Magic together?
I have played a couple of Commander games, couple of like Pioneer games, I think, or modern games, but never like really played the game that hard. So I don't actually enjoy the. I do follow the game these days because my friend is a big MTG player. He actually like qualified for the upcoming big tournament in France, and he's going there. So I'm his biggest fan all the time. So I'm following the game, and I do follow like Card Market's Magic the Gathering channel on YouTube and watch their games and stuff. I do enjoy watching the game, but I don't enjoy the game so much myself as I don't like the mana system and stuff like that. So I've never been a big on the especially the fact that you need to have cards in deck that are only resources that you need to play out, and you can draw too much of them. Yeah, that usually sucks in card games. So in my opinion,
I played 3 games of Magic in my life
and won all of them.
I won all of them. The first one I played with.
You're basically a Magic pro.
Yeah. Let's not talk about the fact that the first 2 one my friend just taught me and lent me his best deck, and he played some jank, and I won them by skill.
Skill only.
Yeah.
Skill only.
But the third one we played one game of Commander with 4 people in it, and I won it by accident. So I'm like the best Magic player in the world.
Basically, yes.
Come at me. I've never played.
Don't at me.
Yeah. I will never play any games anymore because I have the 100% win ratio.
I did actually about Magic. I was like humoring the idea that my friend could like loan me a deck that I could go and play in their like Pioneer tournament. Yeah. Just like he should just like give me the deck. I know approximately how the deck works, and then he gives me like side deck ideas to know, because Magic the Gathering has side deck and it's pretty big part of the game. So he could give me some like side deck advice for the tournament, and then I would just go and play and check out how good I would do with only my like card game knowledge and my Magic knowledge from like YouTube videos and stuff. Yeah. and check out how good I do.
That would be super fun.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking of doing that this summer or sometime.
Nice.
When my friend has like 2 decks at the same time, like
built. Yeah.
Because in Magic you don't just like build decks out of nowhere.
The Magic is super expensive.
Yeah, you don't just like go, I would like to change deck. It's like if you don't have the pieces for the deck, it's like 300 to 1,000 euro investment to just change your deck.
Yeah, our friend who's playing Digimon also plays Magic, and what's the card? The Ragavan?
Ragavan, yeah.
And he needed 4 of those, and I was like, yeah, is that an alt art? Why it's 60 euros? No, it's the base one. I'm like, whoa, no.
Yeah, Digimon is super, basically super cheap.
Yeah.
You can build like a under 100 euro meta deck.
Or you can put 1,000 euros for one deck to bling it out.
Yeah, but basically, if you want the meta deck, you can probably have it in like almost every format for under 100 euros. And if it's
the Hunters is good example. It's like 50 euros.
Yeah, and then there was like Grandis would have been a really like cheap if there was not the Okuvamon promo.
Yeah.
But even with the promos, it's like around 60 to 100 euros, depending on like shipping and stuff.
Yeah, and the tamers you choose to play, because Mimi could be expensive.
Yeah. But like it's around 100 euros. And in like almost any other game, the 100 euros would be like a bargain.
Yeah, that's true. So. And the blue hybrid was like 60 euros, the whole package.
Yeah, I think Blue Flare isn't that expensive either.
Yeah, I don't know how much is the Metal Greymon, but
yeah, but if
it's the only super rare you need.
Yeah, and if you get the base version, it shouldn't be like more than 10 euros.
Yeah, so it's also like 50 to 60 euros.
Like Red Hybrid now is pretty cheap.
It's like 30 euros maybe.
Yeah, depending on what the Emperor Greymons actually cost at the moment. But yeah, you can always find a cheap meta deck to play in Digimon.
Yeah.
I don't think maybe like earlier on we could have like those more expensive formats, but I think as time has gone by, you can always find a really cheap deck to play.
I just a few weeks ago talked about this with one of the Digimon dudes, Digimon OGs in Finland, the Retropera, and he was talking me that the Omnimon, 1.0 Omnimon, was like 60 euros, and you needed 4 or 3.
Yeah, it was that time when you had like, oh no, you need like a 4 of a secret, and the secrets were.
But the Omnimon was super rare.
Yeah, but you had like super rares and secrets that you needed like 4 of.
Yeah.
And the prices kept on going to like 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 and even more euros. Like Lusamon was really expensive when it came out.
Yeah, but Lusamon is still a super good card.
Yeah, but like it was with what, 70 euros or something?
I bought my places of Lusamon for 19 euros a piece when it came out. But then it spiked for some reason, and
it probably spiked because of Lord Nightmon at some point.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. It was a really expensive card.
Yeah, and people played those in Minerva decks, and I don't know. I don't play purple, but I sold them like.
Or I'm not sure if
euros.
it was the altar that was super expensive.
Yeah, it's still expensive.
Yeah.
We can check it out.
Maybe we have rambled enough for today.
Are you sure?
Thank you for anyone who actually listened through all of this. Do keep subscribing, people. We have the giveaway coming at 500 subscribers.
And we wish that the next video will be the box opening.
We hope for that.
It should be. It should be.
And then we come back with the regular content of gameplay.
Yeah, probably because we got pushed back with the week, we will have less Monday Madness and more regular videos besides those Monday Madness. Or
Oh,
in place of those Monday Madness, because we have so many decks that we would like
there
to
are so many
showcase.
there are so many decks to showcase, and BT13 is already looming over us basically.
Yeah, it's 1 month away.
Yeah.
So
we don't have so much time to just go to
Monday Madness every Monday, but maybe more of the rogue decks will be on Mondays.
Yeah, but still like more like the more normal gameplay in a sense.
With Fata, with me. And there's one thing I'd like to address in this video or podcast, and it is that we've been doing this over a half of a year, over 6 months now.
Yeah,
maybe
definitely
7.
because we started at November, I think.
Yeah, and I've never introduced myself. So, come back, and when we hit 500 subscribers, I will introduce myself. We will see you at the next video.
Bye.
Bye.